my foot and my TV. See the minister of MIT. By Django says Malak, no panic. The whole government photogenic. If they go to the bathroom to pee, posting it up for the world to see. Taking out pictures like circus clown. On the ballin, boots on the ground. Who tell them drink the water? The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, like they put a spell on Grenada. They run to drink the water. The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, they start to reverse Grenada. They say that fella never sleepy, yeah. Drink the water too and he get glad. Then he take a rake in Carrico and he start to rake up them people. Brian and Daisy say the man don't care. He transfer a woman to the play. They say how she wear a green jersey, so get rid of all those NNP. Who tell them drink the water? The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, like they put a spell on Grenada. They run to drink the water. The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, they start to reverse Grenada. If you sit at the airport in Grenville, what does walk and bump like a square rail? Tell this Malak cannot understand. How come he don't get a position? Philip is chairman of Nawasa. Glenn is ambassador to Cuba. Keto is the new house speaker. They should make you Facebook minister. Who tell them drink the water? The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, like they put a spell on Grenada. They run to drink the water. The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, they start to reverse Grenada. Same lady what mess up Jelino, mess up Dennis in conference also. Now she is a big minister. I want to say glory, hallelujah. To sing that song you really brave. Dennis must be turning in the grave. Holy old man take all the money and send it straight to the cemetery. Who tell them drink the water? The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, like they put a spell on Grenada. They run to drink the water. The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, they start to reverse Grenada. I read that one on social media about a certain political leader. The man opposed the story, got so vexed. Said the certain leader was the ex. As the man, if he not feeling ashamed, if he have evidence to call name, he says, Malak, I'll give you a clue. I had a calling him Mr. Susu. Who tell them drink the water? The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, like they put a spell on Grenada. They run to drink the water. The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, they start to reverse Grenada. Who tell them drink the water? The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, like they put a spell on Grenada. They run to drink the water. The transformation water. From the time they drink the water, they start to reverse Grenada. Yes, this is a tribute to Tobilos. He's one of our fallen soldiers. May your soul rest in peace, my brother. Hey, but Parang will continue. Bye, boy. Hey, Seti. I never knew Scala was a pastor. Prayed for me in the Luke Lima. But like he forget to remember to pray for himself in the Masgra. Last year the man said he retire. Said he gonna walk with cats and stunner. But he said he gets so old and riven. Now they calling him number 7. Sing a parang for us. What's a parang for us? They say you're bossing your boss. So what's a parang for us? Sing a parang for us. What's a parang for us? What's a parang for us? As a tribute to Tobilos. Yes, man. Hey, them fellas they give him a lot of number 7. Hey, number 7 means money. Hey, boy. Hey. Like that transformation have a cause. Black folks start to ride on Granan's boss. But the one what really surprised me is when the black folks swim in DC. We tell them free ex last election. Them folks seeking for compensation. A fella in Granan's jump and say them fall and them searching for AJ. Sing a parang for us. What's a parang for us? They say you're boss in your boss. So what's a parang for us? Sing a parang for us. What's a parang for us? What's a parang for us? As a tribute to Tobilos. Yes, man. Them for one compensation. Hey, hey. No more free egg. Ever you fall swim? Hey, hey, boy. Trouble in the south. So said the boy like plenty drama. Said the PM love rainbow color. He say he still see how the man pose with a collar socks in Barbados. I say well don't discuss that to me. Tell it to the press secretary. Said he I feel you had a bad dream. Oh you want some nutmeg ice cream? Sing a parang for us. Boss a parang for us. They say you boss in your boss. So boss a parang for us. Tell them sing a parang for us. Boss a parang for us. What's up around for us as a tribute to Douglas? 31 scoop for you. And if you see Lake, tell him I'll give him half scoop. Darius, I'll give you 4 scoop. NDC has some young fat bowlers, so them fellas bowling some bouncers. Who ain't bouncing check, they bouncing van. Who ain't bouncing van, they bouncing man. And recently for carnival, even baby Jesus bounce a girl. They say he's a reckless driver, bump the woman straight on she bumper. Sing a parang for us, boss a parang for us. They say you boss in your boss, so boss a parang for us. Tell them sing a parang for us, boss a parang for us. What's up around for us as a tribute to Douglas? Just be careful, you know, they say the pitch taking pace. The pitch taking pace. Shot pitch, shot pitch. Right now at Dorking. Watch it now. When you see this hottest coolie, tell him not me what take a lady. Tell him Smalax is not a Rasta, and I'm not living in Libera. But who cannot hear they going to feel? Rasta take a woman in Goat Hill. But the one that real puzzling me, both of them camping for NDC. Sing a parang for us, boss a parang for us. They say you boss in your boss, so boss a parang for us. Tell them sing a parang for us, boss a parang for us.
All right, let's go.
Yes.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 10 minutes after the 8 o'clock. No, we're not starting late. We start on time. Just give you some music before we get into it tonight. Yeah. Making sure, as usual, everything is working the way it's supposed to be working here. Good night to you, Lyndon, Fatman, George. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Patricia and Matthew. Ian, all of you out there in Canada. Matthew, what's up, bro? Special good night to the Brooklyn squad. Zingo Kathy. Nurse Wendy. Yvonne Merrill. Alban.
Pay your bill, brother. Pay your bill. The man a responsibility too, you know. The man a children, the man a wife.
Mr. and Mrs. Watts. A special good night to both of you.
You're doing flower delivery, eh? When I sang and bossing calypso.
Good night to you, Zayla. Yes, Christmas is coming close. Good night to you, Zalia. Good night to you, Zoe. I do apologize for the other night. I do apologize, Zoe. I am so sorry. All right, Uncle, go make it up. Nice. Neela and Namara. Alan and Michelle Jones. Good night to both of you. The Sean, good night, young one. And let me see who is there on the YouTube, folks. Remember to like and share. And we're opening the phone lines in a short while. I want to hear you all view. I have my views, but you know, I like to use Mondays to kind of hear from you all as well. Nice. Agnes Henry, Alban Harris, Carl Jones, Shrajan, John Phyllis Mitchell, Wilfred Antine, Carib Spice, Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, Dominic Leroy, Sky, Gemma Warwood, Anastasia Peterson, and Kathleen Ledlow, Gavin Thomas, Matthew Boyne out there in Brooklyn. Good night to you, bro. Maria Noel, Errol Bonaparte, call you out already. Nice, yeah. Veronica Lewis, Sherma Jeremiah, Jackie Raymond, Deborah Laborde, Claude Abraham, Wilma Paris, Velma Pascal, Jacket Man. Good night to you, bro. Hold the faith, Jacket Man. Marilyn Ferguson, good night to you. Good life. Maria Marcel, Christine Otley, Jerome Lewis, good night. Alcy Peters, Dennis Sandy, Stephanie, John, you and the entire home circle. Janice Mitchell, good night. And let me see, Eliza Bernard, good night. Harrow, good night to you. And Miriam, Amanda Moses, good night. Natalia John, good night to you. Yashina Thomas, good night. And Andrews, Jocelyn Matheson, McSween, Belfont, Esther Frederick, Clive Raymond, Angie, good night. Marlon Panchu, Lona, Lolo Williams, McLean Mitchell, Raphael BJ Williams, good night. Cindy Thomas, good night to you as well. And Goswell, Kim Creedland, and Dale Francis, Kelvin Alexis, good night, bro. Anastasia, good night. And Nick Peterson, Kezzy Jack, good night to you. And over on the Facebook, Sherms, Louisa, Veronica, Kimlin, Joan, Chef Julie, good night. Olive McQueen, Landon, Francis Pierre, Nakisha Jones, Dwight Ferguson, Patrick, Chanel Gary, Sonny Isle, Peter Mitchell, Ingrid Bourne, Christelle, good night to you, Chrissy. Evelyn, Angus, Adorable, Lily, yeah, Kathy, good night, yeah. Evelyn, Sonny Isle, Julie Dubois, Landon Jane, and let me see what's Sparkles Mason, Olive McQueen, and let me see, Kenrick, good night to you, Leroy, good night to you, Soca Live Wire, Nurse Wendy, I see you in the live there. Nice. So good night to each and every one of you joining us. And of course, our loyal listeners via 91.9, 91.5, Real FM. And even more loyal listeners via We Noise Radio 94.9 out there in Brooklyn. That particular list is going to get a lot longer sooner rather than later. Just letting you all know that list of you see that one now about to get a little longer, eh? Nice. I don't know. The phone lines are open. I want to hear your views. I heard some excellent presentations. Let me say, I am extremely proud of Team NNP. Extremely proud of our parliamentarians and their presentations today. Yeah, the entire team. And of course, you know, we spoke about it on Friday night, but again, the excellent presentation by Leader of His Majesty's Opposition on Thursday. Yeah? And then you had Sister Kate on Friday. And you know one thing, they couldn't counteract. Joyce Phillip, good night to you. They couldn't counteract anything that Sister Kate said. When you saw Sister Clarice Modest, they make all kind of welele and telele this morning. Because usually, and let me just say this, usually Parliament begins at 9. 9, that is the time. They changed the time last week Friday. They announced a time of 8. At that point in time, Honorable Peter David said to them that 8 o'clock. It's sort of difficult and the speaker refused to listen. Said 8 o'clock, people had to be here, the staff could be here, etc. Right. 8 o'clock came. They were trying to force Honorable Peter David. For those of you that didn't get a chance to see it this morning, they were trying to force Honorable Peter David to speak first. Now, the rules basically state that the speaker calls upon whoever puts on their light first or catches his eye. Not even light. I don't even think light in the standing orders, but who catches the speaker's eye. As in you stand to speak or you put on your lights and so on, you catch the eye of the speaker first in his determination or her determination, that is the individual that's allowed to speak, yeah? The speaker doesn't call on a person and say, your turn to talk now. Yeah, you may have an agreement, but the speaker can't just call on anybody and tell them, your turn to talk now and so on. Yeah? But I must say that I was extremely pleased, extremely satisfied with the presentations by each member of the new National Party team. Yeah? From Sister Clarice, that dealt with Laco. Laco. This morning. From her, Then on to Honorable Peter David, that give them some lash on agriculture. They so love agriculture, but none of them in talk about it. Only skirtingly. They just kind of mention it in passing. They so love agriculture and so many wrong things they had said in relation to agriculture. Yeah? Giving the impression that they did certain things like take back estate and so on. That was done during the period of the New National Party. But they come giving the impression that they that come in and see this and do the... No. So Honorable Peter David put them straight. Same way Honorable Clarice Modest put them straight this morning. Yeah? You all millions for this, millions for that. But we don't know if the PPS, the PPS, yes, PPS? OECS is paid for pharmaceuticals. And then they interrupt her to say, yes, it's been paid. Okay, it's been paid. But if it's been paid, why are we still having the critical shortages of medication within the healthcare system? Yeah? And then you're trying to blame the New National Party. Now, if something was at a particular state when you obtained it, yeah? And due to your actions and or inactions, because your actions may be that you're doing some things that are not helping, that are wrong, that are not helping a situation. And your inaction may be that you are not doing things that you're supposed to do. So it may be a combination of your actions and inactions cause a situation to get worse than it was. You can't blame who was there before. You were there. You either maintain it and bring it up from that stage, right? Or you just, you try to maintain it at that stage at least. But once it starts to fall below that stage, then we have a problem. And that's simply what the NNP was saying. I was hearing a lot of statements being made on the other side. I don't know if these people and them was sitting in Parliament with cotton in their ears, that they can't understand simple things. Yeah, they can't understand simple things. Oh, the NNP is against this and the NNP is against that and the NNP. No, then trying to sell a story in relation to the Samoa Agreement because they realize they're under pressure when it comes to the Samoa Agreement. And the hypocrites that say they're in charge of the religious bodies in this country, yes, I call them as I see it, refuse to speak on this issue. Yeah, they keep in quiet. They want to say nothing in relation to it. If it was NNP in power, they would have a lot to say. So I hope very soon, when the New National Party returns to power, that the same way they lose their tongue now, they don't find it then. Yeah, continue to lose your tongue. All of you, those in the NGO sector, the religious fraternity, all of you who lose your tongue right now with all that's going on in Grenada, that your Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs can sit on a press conference and lie to the Grenadian people. Because the minister keeps giving, oh, the ambassador cannot sign without permission to sign, which means at the point in time you were telling the Grenadian people we would not sign, instructions had already been given to the ambassador to sign. But no, they want that conversation. They're avoiding that conversation like the plague. They're avoiding it the way some of us were avoiding, well, all of us was avoiding COVID early in 2020. Yeah? If you only hear it have a COVID case in a village, you ain't going there. You ain't even want to go in that parish, much less the village. That is how they're avoiding answering that question. Who gave the instructions? Because since you know that instructions, and you knew at the point in time of speaking that instructions had been given to the ambassador to sign. So to say that we have not signed, that we will not sign, was trying to willfully mislead the Grenadian people. In other words, you lie. So to come in Parliament today and try, and I ain't even going to go into a discussion about a certain individual. As far as I'm concerned, they are not worthy of the time of this program. Because there was one presentation, and I think all of you know what presentation I'm talking about, that made absolutely no sense today. There were a few, but there was one that stood out as dunce above all others. Yeah? Because if you come into the Parliament to discuss the budget, I would think that you're looking at the different budgetary measures that are there, and that you refer to those budgetary measures and you agree with them and you explain why they are necessary, or you disagree with them and say what can be done to replace them, or how you can leave them but improve them, or that they should be removed totally. Don't take the chance with them because they have a deleterious effect on the entire system. You either go one of those three. But to avoid discussion in relation to those things, and it's all about me, and it's all, not, when I say me, not Sheldon, they ain't jumping on this train. Yeah, this train is a train they ain't jumping. This train heading to the concentration camp. There's nothing good coming out there. They ain't jumping on this train. But it's all about them. And me and I and me and I and me and I. It's all about them. And then after they go on the me and the I and the me and the I, and it's all about them. They jump on the political leader of the new National Party. Yeah? As if he was the focus of the budget. Same as the Prime Minister tried to do on Friday and failed. Failed miserably. Tried to respond to Dr. Mitchell, and that's where you come with. He failed, and he failed miserably. And then when I heard Sister, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, tear into that budget presentation, that is how you go into a budget presentation. You speak about the different items within the budget, and you speak about whether they have been achieved, they haven't been achieved. You give your perspective in relation to how they can be achieved, or you offer advice. Yeah? Sister Emlyn Pear was par excellence tonight, this evening. Yeah? But as I said, the entire new National Party team have made me extremely proud. Because when you compare what they did and what they said in the parliament to the other side empty. I don't know what the MP from St. John's come and try. Up to now, I'm still trying to figure out. Because I had to listen to all. I know some all you only listening to one or two. But I, unfortunately, had to listen to all. Right? So I'm telling you, I'm still trying to figure out. Because I'll say one thing to the MP of St. John. It's a good thing I doesn't be in them debate and thing. They me in the house now. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I'm in the house of the NNB. That's good enough for now. Right? But the MP for St. John, one thing I would have for her, I would have said, show me the money. Yeah, we go here to this climate conference and you're boasting that we had the biggest contingent going out to COP and all these meetings and them. Right. You have the biggest delegation. What is it? 40,000 US per person to go on these things or something like that when they consider flights and hotel and per diem and all these things. So you're talking roughly about 40,000 at least per person. It could be more. Right? So you're going to these things with these big delegations and so, okay, you're back now. Show me the money. How does this benefit the guys in the lands that want to be able to go out and fish and come back home to their families? How does it provide them with safety gear and provide the fish markets and go off with the proper equipment that they can keep in contact with the fish market and the fishermen out at sea? How does it fix the problems of them being able to bring in their fish? How does it fix these things? How does going to these meetings and you're smiling and taking picture and all these kind of things, how does that, and you could do that via Zoom. This is 2023 going into 2024. We can join some of these things digitally. Yeah? But how does it benefit the farmer in Cloger? We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, good night, bro. How are you?
I'm always for the time being. And good night, Grenada.
All right, go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Scott. Unfortunately, I didn't hear all the NMPM personnel. I didn't hear Miss Clarice, more or less, and I heard a little piece. But in any case, I was impressed with Miss. I was more than impressed with Miss Pierre.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was excellent over good. She was able to point out all the mistakes to them and was able to make the comparisons. She did very well. I heard a little bit of Miss Lewis. A little piece. I didn't get all of Miss Lewis. So, but in general, they made a good account of themselves because I remember hearing Mr. Peter David too. I think he was on top of the rock too.
On that agriculture issue, he broke their back on that one, man.
Yes, he was
He
able
broke their
to
back on that one.
convince them a lot of things. And it shows that these people definitely that is lacking a lot of things. There was a statement again made by the president, the presenter of the budget, where he said that the reason why they cannot, they had everything in place to start the project in Guam, in Stony Ground, but the government went ahead and sell some of the lands. I would like Mr. Dabro to come at some time and clear the air on that, because Miss Pierce deal with it a little, but she didn't go into all details of it. Because I don't know if any lands have been sold there. And I know that Mr. Dabro that actually making preparation to start this land there, and because of the election thing. But they give the impression that they had everything settled there, and when they go, some of the lands are sold. So I would really like to hear that the clear air on that. You know, I really like to hear clear air on that. But generally, I was really impressed with Miss Pierre. As I said, I didn't hear all the other persons, Miss Pierre and Mr. Peter David was the two that I heard in full, and they gave a very good account of themselves. But I tell you something, Mr. Scott, it is not easy with these people. With a hard get through with these people, because they're saying things and they're doubting them. Because the minister, the prime minister is trying to give the impression that he never tell you that that he could make everybody permanent by the stroke of a pen.
In 12 months.
Yeah, in 12 months.
In 12 months, yeah.
You know, and he doubts so much things now, so that it is not easy to clear these fellas. NMP have a hard time to clear them. Very hard time, because they're not standing up to the things that they say. Look at all the schools. They give the impression that all these things they're talking about Loreto School now, all these things was fast-tracked by the NMP already. The school in Grenville, the school in Pauls, secondary school in Pauls, you know, all that was right away was given to this thing, but these fellas doing like it's nothing. That all what happened is when they came in, it's not easy to get under these fellas and them. It's a tough thing, you know, because they're not standing up to anything. You know, it's a pity, but you know, I'm not seeing that they really want to debate, because the thing is, they know the thing that they say is wrong.
Imagine
but they hold in strength to it.
This morning, brother, they actually accused the NNP of being afraid to debate, you know. They're saying the NNP afraid. You seeing them cowering on the other side. You're seeing them on the government side. You could see the fear in the eye and the cowering and you know, they grinning. You know, when a person is afraid and they worried, they grinning. You're seeing that on the other side, and they're saying NNP afraid. Oh, come on.
And the speaker showing his biasness right through. You know, the speaker telling you he's hearing clapping there, he's hearing knocking there. And like the speaker don't see and know where the song's coming from, he knows. So, it's a real tough, right? It's a real tough thing. But I'm still in the support of the NMP, but I tell you that is a tough thing, because these fellas are not admitting to anything. Every mistake they make, they doubt it. Mr. Arnold tries best to doubt the statement again today, and still refer to people as the good. For instance, he refer Michel, he said Dr. Michel, Michel, and then after he said the good Michel, he used it again in the parliament today. So what you saying there, a good Michel and a bad one? And if you ask him that tomorrow, you're going to doubt he never said that.
Well, I think Grenadians are pretty much au fait with the fact that this government has a reputation for lying. I think Grenadians are pretty much sure on that. They doesn't guess, they're not to wonder. They know for a fact this government full of lies.
Yeah, they definitely lie.
All right, my brother.
I could certify that.
All right,
Good.
my brother. Thank you. All right, folks, and I think we may have another caller on the line. I was hearing a beep. Let me just make sure I can punch. Oh, I lost the caller. Yeah, caller, you can call back. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Rastafari.
Hail the eye.
What's up?
I'm good, man. You
Listen, I tell
yeah.
them, I'm hearing something there. Uh, did the Prime Minister already doubt and say about the pension in well, he said in 12 months. This year, he said in 12 months. Within 12 months, right?
Not the pension. They're speaking about the regularization of
the regular,
workers.
yeah. Did he doubt it and say this year?
Yeah, he is. He said he didn't say that.
You shook, but I find out you're hearing wrong, but you hear a man doubting that?
I'm telling you, the man said he didn't say that.
Well, then he might doubt that he's going to his statement he made in St. Lucia too.
Give him a few months.
He might doubt and say he didn't say the NNP get their ass cut.
Give him a year, and he'll claim that he didn't say that. He waits a little while to let it filter out of people's mind, and then he tries to, there's a word for it. He tries to make you think that reality is not real.
But for a leader, I'm not setting no good examples yet. I mean, for a leader, we some examples setting in this country. We're wondering, well, what is guys thinking? Guys like Ron.
Brother, that's the mistake you make. First of all, you believe the thinking. That's the mistake you make, you know. You believe the thinking, and that's where the error in your thought process starts. Exactly, they are not thinking.
But Sheldon...
Don't accuse them of that. Accuse them of something else. Don't accuse them of that.
Okay. Okay. Sheldon, but I'll tell you what. People are praying, People are praying. And the Lord is working on the prayers that has gone up to him so far. Because he realized the people is not getting the money's worth. So he is working. And you could see they're making their own mistakes. They're destroying themselves. Because the NDC is a self-destruct. They always destroying themselves. They did it in 2008. By the time 2010, they were ready to go. But right now, in months, this time now, they're ready to go in months. But don't worry. God is good. His mercy endureth unto our generation. God is good to those who fear him, and God will look after his people. This nation of Trinidad, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique belongs to God, not to man, and God will take care of it in his own time. You just wait. Continue what you're doing, because what you're doing is keeping them posted. By the end of the day, when God ready, he's going to deal with them in his own way. God bless you, my boy, and take care.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And I'm looking for something that I saw a little earlier. Yeah, I'm looking for something that I saw a little earlier. Let me take this call. Which line is it? All right, yes. Let's get to the phone line. 440-7377. We have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
I had to call you tonight. Sheldon, I listened to Pastor Sanford Simons yesterday evening. And what Pastor Simon was saying, Pastor having looking out for Pastor Simon. Pastor Simon saying all them politicians and them prime minister and them, they're lying left, right, and center. He said they said they didn't think about gay and the thing they one sign for the gay thing and he started to get on. He said the country they in crisis. In crisis. He said they what the well, I won't say the one where he said about the prime minister and them with the gay thing. And so Pastor Simon started to get down. He said I fed up with them. I don't know what Andy had to give him and Andy didn't give him. He said he fed up with them. He fed up with them. The devil hold them down and the devil let them go. I said the devil let go you, Pastor Simon, not you, because the devil see you as a pastor and what you're saying is not right. So the God come and take you out from under the devil for you to speak out and say what it is, but you're still lying for your minister and them in the church. You have to stop doing that. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. He said he fed up with the people. He fed up with them politicians and them, all of them. And what the lie they're making, they can never pay a price for the black chalk. Oh God, I don't want to lose the word now. For a black cocoa. So why Pastor Simon? You didn't know that all the time when he was inside and he running down that keep Mitchell and why he say and after now he coming and saying that? Pastor Simon had to check up on himself and stop it. He had to stop it. The truth coming out. They had to, when if Dr. Kit Mitchell go back inside it. Dr. Kit Mitchell had to open this thing with a young boy they kill on the beach and get the truth. Because if he could say that they know about the young boy death, they know. That is what I have to say tonight.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
Thank you. 440-7377. And folks, it was interesting. It was quite interesting for me today because I ain't know, I don't know. But I see something there on social media today, and I was kind of surprised, you know. Yeah, we have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Brother Scott.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I did, but I just realized the heart is burning. God make them come up to that budget. God will make them do that. You understand? She talking about Pastor Simon is lying. No, he ain't lying. The master is up in their throat. You understand? That's why the Prime Minister could go on air and say he could call name. And he calling people name. Right? He calling who is Jenny, who is Bido. He almost didn't even born yet when Bido served in this country. You understand? But he know everything about Bido because he's so bright. When he was 3-4 years old, he know everything. He graduated already. And he get loose. Sheldon, he get loose now. Because why? No one is stopping him. Look at Grenada. Nobody get up and put up a placard and demonstrate for this and that. So you think he getting away with murder. You understand what I mean? All the ministers taking a back seat and laughing. You don't see them in Parliament? You listen to Sister Evelyn yesterday?
Of course, brother. Of course.
She had them on the field.
And let me just let you all know, I will attempt to rebroadcast the presentations, Sister Kate, all the presentations. I'm just trying to look at a proper time to do it, whether it's during the day tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to interfere with like Mr. Pierre's program, etc. But I want to be able to rebroadcast it at a time that folks can listen.
I'm telling you, that's what I wanted all the time in the NLP. That's what I wanted. You understand me? Yes, they stay back and they lay back and they waiting and they waiting and they waiting. The same thing we do with the election. We waiting and we waiting and we waiting. Man, fight fire with fire, man. Hit the desk, make some noise. You understand? Everything NNP do, they sugarcoating it. And they're coming up with it now and put it on television and say, well, show me which one what you do now. No. They're using all NNP, all the stuff NNP do, and just putting a little quote on it. You understand me? They're not that smart, Shalon. Instead of say, well, the NNP did this, and we continue. You understand me? You know, give Paul the jacket and give it a you know, and if the king can make it, no digging at all. You understand me? Come on, as a young, and all of a sudden he's a lawyer, and all kind of all polishing up. You understand me? And he's so angry. That is the problem. Because he never knows nothing about sitting in Parliament, listening to parliamentarians, how they speak or what. He think he jump in there from the sky as a lawyer, so he could just talk how he want, run down people how he want, say what he want. And I want him a good friend Andy, because I like Andy. And I have to tell Andy, stop this stupidness when you're talking. Don't talk like that. And no, you like to help people. That's in your nature. But don't get carried away, because you was an NNP before you be an alliance. You understand? So be careful how you're speaking. Don't get on and follow the king, you know. Them cake well pressed, the cotton well pressed already. You owe a lot of debt. And when things crash up, you still have to pay your debt. You understand? So be careful, Andy. Do what you have to do. But just be careful with that. Because, Sheldon, what's going on here is madness. It's madness. He's surprised to see a budget gone not even a good week. And when the opposition started to tear through that budget, they're on the other side and don't say, we will look into that. No, what we looking? All you always saying, all you know what all you about. You know what I mean? And all the bragging. They're calling us children, or they're calling us young people, and this and that. No, all you know good. All you just done good. You understand? There's no other way about it. And I'm glad NLP is getting on the road again. Listen to Sister Evelyn Pierre. And she's nailing them, children. She's pointing out bit by bit and show them where they make the error. Blank. The name for them is blank, you know. You see the budget? How you call the budget? Blank. 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 And you Sheldon, I will talk to you.
All right. You thanks, brother. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to be able to get into tonight's program. And folks, while I was at home today, I got this information, and I'm very... Folks, let me say a special congratulations to former Commissioner of Police of Grenada, Mr. Edwin Martin. He has now been appointed. For those of you, the one or two that probably haven't heard it yet, he's now been appointed the Commissioner of Police in Turks and Caicos, but we'll come back to that. We have a call online. Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Yes, go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, good night, Sheldon.
Yes, you're live. Go right ahead.
Now, concerning that signing of that,
Yo, go ahead.
Yeah, concerning that signing of that agreement that the government signed just recently, and they said they did not sign.
Mm-hmm.
But then I too was against, and I'm still against that, because I thought they signed towards this kind of Bulaman thing. I was very, very much baffled, and I confronted Tillman and them concerning that signing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I heard Boswing come out and say he signed that sort of same agreement before. Could you give me some light on that distinction?
I can.
That both signing.
What I can tell you is that Anthony Boson would not.
Whatever.
Anthony Boson would not have signed any such agreement because he was not the Minister of Foreign Affairs, nor the Prime Minister, nor one of the people to sign such a document. So he would not have signed it. And if it was signed before, then why would Grenada need to sign it last month? So they're speaking about different documents here, and the context and what is in these documents. The final document that was signed, that document was given to Grenada to review on the 14th of July 2023, this year. They are just trying to obfuscate the issue and try to tie up people's head by saying NNP signed the document before. Now, they can give you a draft copy of it and you initial it, as in, like if a teacher tells you do homework and they bring it back and they sign seen, it doesn't mean that you agree with it. It means that I've checked over your work. I have seen what you had there, right? It is not the final exam where you give a mark and whatever you sign there, you sign too, right? So in the case of this document, you may have had discussions into various aspects of it taking place before. Right. But the final document, the same document that they lied to the Grenadian people and said they did not sign when it was signed, that document was not signed by the NNP before, and they need to stop the lies. They need to stop trying to obfuscate the issue, tie up people's head, have people thinking that, well, NNP signed it. If NNP signed the document, here is what? Present the document that NNP signed. Yeah? Let me tell them, do that one. Present the document that NNP signed. If NNP signed it before, they must have a copy. Present the document that NNP signed. Yeah? Okay, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad the caller raised that issue, because that's exactly, they just continually try to obfuscate this issue. They try to create doubt in your minds in relation to this. You and me and everybody else heard the Prime Minister and heard the Minister of Foreign Affairs say to us that it was not signed, that they would not sign until the technocrats, etc., have gone through it and all of that, that Grenada would not sign away our sovereignty. You heard all of that. While they were telling us that they had given instructions to the ambassador to sign. That is the crux of the matter. And then they tried to give the impression, I've read the document end to end more than once. Yes, I take the time, 2, 3 in the morning sometime, up reading. I've read that document through end to end. There are many parts in that document that you need to be concerned about. Because simply saying that each time it mentions gender, that it also mentions girls and women. And so, remember, part of the problem now is that there are people out there who were born male and believe that they are female. And that document takes them into consideration. So when they say under gender, they're speaking to women. They are speaking to women who are genetically women and women who are phonetically women as well. In other words, they believe that they are women. So they say, I am a woman. They spell, instead of male, they put a fee before it, so they are female. So to come with that nonsense and dunceness in the parliament of our country, in our parliament, to try and twist our head up in relation to it is shameful. Somebody find a crocus bag and get the minister to put your head in it. 4407377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yes, and the WhatsApp is up and running, so you can call us on the WhatsApp as well. Let me lock a caller in on the WhatsApp right now. Yeah, let me see who I get in there. Come on, WhatsApp. Yeah, I think we have it. Hello, good night. Hello. Hi, good night. Call on the WhatsApp. You're in.
Hello, good night. How are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. You go right ahead. You're live.
Okay, right. Just to build on what that last caller said, I'm going to be brief. Okay, I'll send you something in your WhatsApp. You are a prophet. I just want to tell you that. anyhow, just to build on what that last caller said. Now, Sheldon, if I'm going to sign something, right? But it's signed already, so to speak. Yeah. What am I doing signing it again?
Well, but exactly. So I don't understand who they feel stupid. You're taking kindergarten children and tell them that, and they're wondering what stupidness you're talking.
But let's go back. Even if a document is initialed, as they're saying, even if it is initialed and then it comes your way, now you're in the driver's seat now. So you now have to look through it same way. Because your predecessors initial it, but you would want to know what your predecessor initial to, not so?
Well, of course, and that's the other part of this, my friend, and I'm absolutely so happy that you brought that aspect of it up, because I would have brought it up later on, but I'm glad you brought it up now. That, is it a situation that they're saying that NNP was in negotiations with different organizations and there are different documents to sign, and that they are just going to sign the documents because that's what the Attorney General said, that this was looked at already and so on. So basically she didn't see the need to look at the document. NNP look at it, so it's okay, and she go ahead and sign it. That was her excuse, flipping it over to the NNP. So anything NNP do, they agree with now. All of us, and they agree with anything NNP do now. So just sign it, man. You don't have to read that, just sign it.
Right, and that's the next thing. That's the next point that coming up, which brings me to the other point. Now, could it be that I would sign something because I know if any old mass take place, it would not affect me, but it will affect other people. But I'm so angry with my previous wife that I would just do anything to hurt her and her children, anything whatsoever. So anyway, you know how David the parable. So check your WhatsApp.
I watch it. That's why I'm laughing, brother. The WhatsApp that I'm laughing. Right. So, all right, folks. 440-7377. That's 440-73. I ain't gonna pull it up yet. I go hold that one for tomorrow, bro. I'll try to get a video on that one too. Yeah. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Let me just make sure I have this. Yes. All right. Yeah, folks. So I see because on what I was talking to you all a little while ago, remember Commissioner Martin resigned here because we heard that Commissioner Martin was not well. We heard he was sick, he was unfit for work, and he resigned. Next thing we know is the commissioner in another island. There seems to be more to that story than we're hearing. Caller, go right ahead. Hello.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, good night.
How you doing?
I'm good. You go right ahead.
Okay, Sheldon. Two things. One, the Minister of Finance presented a hanging budget. Dr. Kit Mitchell said no. That didn't stay over we head at all. He cut it down. The other NMP MPs, they mash it up. And now we, NDCites, we are ready to sweep out the crumbs, sweep out whatever remain. The pieces, the fragments, we're ready to sweep it out. As it relates to the Samora agreement, Sheldon, if somebody present you with a document that you didn't know nothing about, but apparently that document was initialed by somebody before, would you just go and sign that document, or would you take the document, tear it apart to make sure that the person that initialed it didn't initial something that you would be held responsible for?
Let me just give you an example here. In 2013, when I had my first experience with Parliament, and not my first experience with government, but my first experience with government at that level, one of the things that I learned very early, and not only from local people, from regional people, is never sign anything without first checking in with your boss and without making sure that you properly read and understand what you are appending your signature to. As such,
exactly.
I was absolutely careful, and I know that folks under the last administration were absolutely careful when signing documents, because one of the things you knew is always read it properly and always check in. Check in if you have a minister above you, check in with the minister. You always check in. You don't put your signature on anything.
Sheldon, the thing is so simple. If you go to the bank, if you go to any form, anywhere you go to do any business, whatever thing, and they present the document to you, they simply tell you to kindly read and then sign. Because once you sign that, you're being held accountable for whatever is in the document.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go ahead just signing thing and you don't read. And the thing about it, the hurtful thing about it, the document is signed and the PM saying you don't read it.
Well, the Attorney General is saying the same thing as well, that she did not read the document. She said there was no necessity because the document, in her view, had been okayed by the last administration. So she's saying that there was no reason.
It was okayed by the last administration. So are you telling me it is okayed by the last administration? So they actually signed a death warrant because they don't know what the last administration okayed.
Well, no, you see,
they don't know what the last administration okayed.
My friend,
and they go ahead and sign it.
My friend, let me make one point to you on this. That only applies, that sort of thinking only applies in some circumstances. Because the last administration, they gave the people in Karaku homes, they gave them documents in relation to it. A same person who was in Parliament today, they didn't say a word about that though. They say a lot of stuff, but they didn't say a word about what take place with the people in Karaku, right? They didn't say a word about that, but they were there. So how come in that situation it was government gave us something and we don't agree with it? But in another situation as well, we don't have to read that the last government passed that already. You understand how they're operating on two different levels with the same issues, yeah? When it comes to the people of Grenada and the houses in Carriacou, is we don't care if it's the last government give all you that. We don't care what documents they give all you. We nullifying all of that. We starting from scratch.
Exactly.
But when it comes to a disagreement,
document, nothing.
They didn't even read it. According to the Attorney General, she hasn't seen it. She didn't read it because this document was okayed by the last administration. It was not signed by the last administration. They signed it. They were the ones that signed it. The time for signing was nigh, and they signed. So don't try to blame the NNP on that one. It's a dunce argument. Just no other way to describe it. It's a dunce argument.
Pressure, they must self-destruct. Good night.
All right, my dear. I ain't praying for nobody to self-destruct, but people will see through their lies. Yeah? People will and are seeing through their lies. I don't pray for nobody destruction. That's one thing I'll never do. Nobody, no organization. Yeah, because I want to put a licking on them in the election fair and square. And yeah, I want to give them a nice cocktail this time, you know. Yeah, take them and whip them properly. You understand? And sit down there and take that. You understand? Yeah, next election, I know it's seat are going on line in election night, though. I don't stay in tongue side at all. 4407377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Make sure the phones are clear, yes. And 347-329-3101. So as I was saying as well, yeah, I realize Mr. Edwin Martin now end up as the Commissioner of Police in the Turks and Caicos. Congratulations to you, Mr. Edwin Martin. I know that you will do I'm guessing. I know for a fact you will do in fact, watch, let me like that one time. Put a love on that, man. That's the only time you can get me to use a heart. That on Valentine's, right? That's the only time you get me to use a heart. Right. Yeah. Mr. Edwin Martin, we know you will do an excellent job. If people down here didn't realize what they had and they were, you understand? Right now, every time you turn is another. I seen some policemen in town saying, boy, what do you hear and thing? Yeah, the police force change the rules. The men and them lead the police force, you know. Yeah. So appointment, and this is from the Governor General, the governor out there, and the Turks and Caicos. So this was posted on their website. Yeah, this was posted on their website. And Mr. Martin said, "It's with excitement I accept this prestigious position to lead the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force as its Commissioner of Police. I look forward with optimism to leading the men and women of the RTCIPF in confronting the law enforcement challenges and applying practical, proactive strategies to ensure the safety and security of all citizens and visitors to the shores of the Turks and Caicos." Man is a real good man. All you just run the man. Yeah, no, you can say all you run him. All you can say all you want. Yeah. We have a call online. Good night.
Hello, Sheldon. Good night.
Hey, good night, sir. How are you doing?
I'm there.
All right. You go right ahead. You're live.
Sheldon, it is really baffling to hear the Prime Minister in his deliberation on the budget saying, I never promised to regularize e-money in 12 months, the contract workers in 12 months. I mean, it's baffling. The highest body of our country is baffling. It's hurting. And, you know, when lies has to be told, it always will take another lie to cover up the first lie, and another lie to cover up the second lie. Now, it is so sickening to hear the Prime Minister of our country denies the fact initially and said that, no, we don't read the document. And when I did my research, maybe he didn't have time to read the document too, because he'd been flying, he'd been going up and up, as the saying goes, up and up, up and up and out of Grenada. Now, again, Mr. Andal, I hope these gentlemen, I hope they're listening. Now, I have been around, and I wanted to make that point a long time ago. I have been around politicians for a number of years. I walked around Gary Morris Bishop, the original NNP, the NDC, the NNP again, the NNP again, NDC, and NNP and NNP and no NDC. And that's the worst I've heard. The years of Gary, I want to make that point, the years of Gary, people was a little backward in political knowledge in our country. But today, people grow to maturity. Our beloved Prime Minister these days would have born around 1977. So you don't have the kind of knowledge of and experience that I would impart to the nation. And the know-how. Now, people study politics. People make political issue their concern. People develop knowledge. With knowledge, people get brighter. In Eric Matthew Gary days, a few people could have gone from Grenada to universities. Now a lot of people doing master's degree and so forth. So they are intelligent. So when you go in the parliament of our country and you're making these blunders, these serious blunders, the world is listening to you. Not Grenadian alone, people in the diaspora, England, Canada is listening to you. You say these things, you promise, oh, contract is illegal. The World Bank says giving, if you're working for less than $650 a month, you are in poverty. But you minus 150 out of 450 they was getting. No, you come back and you're boasting, oh, I'll give you $200. Really and truly, food and food zone is only $50 you're giving the people now. Because the 150 was there already, you remove it. Now, I say, the intelligence of people now is surpassing what we have in parliamentarians. The stupidness I hear they talking, And I want to congratulate Mr. Peter David and standing up to the rubbish that I heard in Parliament this morning. When you have the Speaker of the House trying to make it appear that he has to proceed, and there is no standing orders that say that. And Peter was able to explain that after he'd been in Parliament for 20 years, which is commendable. Sister Emlyn Pierre, you did well too, But Sheldon, I haven't heard Peter's speech on the budget. I heard Sister Kate, I heard Sister Emlyn, Clarice. Well, most of all, Doc. I heard Doc from start to finish. But I need a copy of Peter's speech. Can you send it to me or on the chat so I can copy it?
It's on YouTube.
Please, thank you.
It is on YouTube. We will be rebroadcasting the presentations by each of the members, starting with, yesterday we rebroadcast Dr. Mitchell's message, Dr. Mitchell's presentation, but we will rebroadcast his presentation once more and the presentations of each of our members. I'm just trying to figure out now if it might be better to do it instead of the program one night this week, or when, because I want to do it at a point in time that folks can listen, not when folks are out to work and so on. I want to do it at a point in time that folks are because the main reason you may not have heard it would be that you were out and about during the day today.
Yes, when I was on work.
And then I don't want to go and play it during the day again and you're out at work. So we'd have to make a decision whether Friday night, that's what we're going to do, instead of me coming in studio, that we're going to play the different speeches by various members, or Thursday and Friday, because we need at least 2 nights to do that. All right?
Okay.
Well, we'll make a decision. Between, how we just talk in between the chat and everything and people's message, we're going to decide. It's not going to be my decision. It's going to be our decision. Yeah?
Okay. All right. Yeah, but if you come in the chat, I will copy it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know many of you would, during the day you're out, even if you're not working, you may be out doing other things. And as such, you may not have gotten the opportunity to hear Sister Emlyn. You may not have gotten the opportunity to hear Sister Clarice or Honorable David, or even on Friday to hear Honorable Sister Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters. And she was on fire on Friday, all right? And even Dr. Mitchell's presentation. So we have to make a decision. You all will message me, tell me what's best. Either we can take Thursday night and Friday night, and we can play all the presentations during that period. We could start from 7, and we can play all the presentations from Thursday night and Friday night. We wouldn't be able to do all in one night if we're doing it Friday night. During the day, Sunday may be a problem. Sunday morning, yes. Sunday evening, it would clash with the program by Master Carl and so on. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to clash with any other programs that are out there. We want everybody to focus at different points in time. So you all will message and we'll come to a decision, yeah? It can't be my decision alone. All of us, we have to decide how we're going to do that, all right? 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. And let me just tell you, I wonder if I could find that song. But it's a song I just play because I want something with that the speaker, man. Yeah, I want something with that speaker. And I ain't lying. Before I take any call again, I feel I have to touch a tune. Yeah, I feel I have to touch a tune. 440-7377 and 347-329. Yeah. I feel. Let me see if I can think this one there. Yeah. Yeah, this speaker and that speaker is about the same. But yeah, them speaker, all of them is the same thing. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, waste of time. Yeah, all of them speakers is. Too much feedback in the party. Something turning the people up, and it's not even your own doing. As such, it's not the people, it's not the house, it's the vibes that coming out from that speaker, the one that you love so much. Is that old speaker that causing that? That same speaker, it is a fact. They say that old speaker, it have a crack. That VS speaker, rock attack. Look, people walking out, people staying out. Throw that speaker out, make it hush it mouth. Listen to the song they singing. The word speaker, the word speaker, the word speaker ever in this house. Say, hey, hey. 2011, you don't know. Speaker, I fix it, boy. You know what? Let me go back to my program. 440. Oh, boss, I think I damaged me here. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Nah, I think I just moved my thing. Like the speaker in this going to. 440-7377. Inshallah, behave yourself. Right, yeah. So, folks, yeah, we have to decide how we're going to go over it because I think it is very important that I play it at a point in time that you get the opportunity to listen to the entire presentations, yeah? We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, and how are you?
I am quite fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
All right, you can go right ahead.
I just want to make a comment on the presentation that Ms. Clarin James, the representative of St. Mark, for St. John, in her address, when she addressed, the opposition, her colleagues, and so forth. And she referred to the other people, those who come there to listen, as commoner. I wonder if she grew with old people that they said it take one to know one. Because the meaning of commoner, it is a person with no rank. So if she's calling them a commoner, her own people who come there to support her just as well, they have to take note. Because you can call people a commoner. That alone is to tell you how low these people look upon people, on ordinary men and women of Grenada. And then you're saying you care? That is just like a fowl coming in your yard and looking for something to eat and shoot fowl. You understand? You chase it away. That is how she treats people. Yeah, my goodness. Anyhow, thank you.
Thank you so very much for your input. And many people sent that one to me today with the Member of Parliament for St. John talking about common. Now, let me explain this to you. In the Grenadian dialect, when we say you're common, we mean that you're no good. Yeah? You see a person and they make a rude statement or a sort of statement of a sexual nature and a kind of lewd and rude statement. You hear elder people would say, you're too common. You dress a particular way and you're leaving the house and your grandmother spot you and she don't like how you're looking as a young lady because your cleavage is outside, or she find that too much of your legs outside, or so your grandmother shout, you're too common. Go back inside and dress properly. So in the Grenadian dialect, to tell people they're common is not a nice thing. To refer to people as the common people in the Grenadian sense is not a nice thing. Even in the UK. In the UK, when you have the House of Commons, and they call it the House of Commons because back in the day they saw everybody who was not of royal birth as nobody. The name has stuck, but they don't call the people in the House of commoners. The honorable member for so and so, the honorable member for so and so. But they saw people who were not of royal birth. Even if you were not directly in line to the crown, you could have been 267th in line to the crown. As far as they're concerned, you were royalty. You were of noble birth. Everybody else was nobody. So them was commoners. So it was the House of Commons. Yeah? So to call people in Grenada common. We know what that means. We understand the mindset behind it. We understand what that term means. Actually, as the last caller said, they don't know if they grew up with old people. Ask old people what that means in Grenadian sense. Last year was what? Big dogs? This time is common? It's always some kind of thing with these people, and I understand that, boy. Ah, boy. And then I see a certain man, he make sure he drink water before he talk about Samoa, and he still don't talk the truth. He make sure he drink water, before he go and say what he had to say. He make sure and drink water, and he still go and talk nonsense. We have a call on the line. Good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Hello.
Hi there.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon. Okay, Brother Sheldon, I think you had to listen to all the MPs for our side. Well, so far what I heard, it was wonderful, Brother Sheldon. Again, I was listening Honorable Pierre. And something that we all were saying, when NDC speak about transformation, NDC transformation in just words and no action. As Sister Pierre was reminding them, when you want to talk about transformation, you have to talk about NNP, right? And she spoke about some of the transformation that took place under the NNP, one government. She spoke about the pipeline water, right, to the rural area. The electricity to the rural area again. She spoke about the bus terminal, the Imani program, the liberalization of the communication, education. She spoke about the National Cricket and Athletics Stadium, and many more development that transform the people of Greater Carriacou and Pitimatic. That is what is called transformation. And she spoke about that. And when he listened to what Anna Pierre was saying, those who know or understand what is meant by transformation, they could say, yes, this is transformation. Transformation from one stage, a drastic stage, to another stage. But energy transformation is just words. It's just words and no action. And very sure I want to say congratulations to Mr. Edwin Martin for taking up that role. I don't want he alone because I remember in 2008, the doctor that was doing the dialysis thing with people going to carry on in 2008, they fired him. And when they fired him, I remember the government of St. Lucia hired the doctor at the time and doing a wonderful job in St. Lucia. And look again, Mr. Edwin Martin again. A mother qualified, he know his job. Because of politics, they fire him. So he come out like Brother Sheldon, whenever NDC in governance of the country, they don't like good things. And when they fire someone that could do a job, and someone that you never find any political rally, an independent person. But because who hired the person, they get rid of them. And when they get rid of them, other country taking them. Other country taking them. Brother Sheldon, I want to say again, Honorable Peter David spoke about agriculture. Right? It tell agriculture. Honorable Clarence Charles spoke about health. And if we look at what happened, say, the Sheldon, the allocation of money that was allocated for a different ministry, less than half of the money that was spent. The majority of money stay back. So when you look at this government, they put a location of money there, but the money not spending. Because why? They lack vision. Right? And when they put money, they don't know what to do with the money. So I want to say congratulations to Mr. Edwin Martin for taking up that position coming February next year. Right? So the same thing that they remove you from, God put you back in the same position but in the next country. So the country, the Turks and Caicos Island, they know good things. St. Lucia know good things. But NDC, when governance, they don't know they know good things. So, Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right, great, thanks. 4407377. I think another caller was trying to reach me on the WhatsApp. So let's give them the talking points treatment. Yeah. You all know what the talking points treatment is. Yeah, not any call-in program does call you back when you ain't get through, you know. Hello, good night.
Good luck, Sheldon. I like that.
Go right ahead, bro.
Yeah, Sheldon, I have a kind of concern there. And listen, you are good mouth there because here what you said you predict that. You said that the government rushing to do things that they could want to talk about in Parliament, and that suits you.
You're a parallel piece of good mouth again? Yeah, good mouth. And you seen some serious lash up pothole all over?
Yeah, man.
They're going and pave it between this week and next week. They're looking to pave it. And here why? They're waiting until all that traffic coming from the airport with all the Grenadians coming home over the weekend from this weekend to next week, so that they're going to see teams of people out at the side of the road working to say, why the government doing things? You ain't see people fixing the road here, there, and all kind of thing. So meanwhile, your vehicle could mash up in the pothole, but they're waiting until the influx of flights over the weekend and coming to fix them pothole and them.
All right. Well,
you go say I have good mouth. Watch and see. But go ahead.
Yeah. I heard the Prime Minister make a statement that about the community center in Belai was abandoned. I don't know if you hear him make that statement.
Yeah,
watch.
I did.
Let me tell you something.
Belai, yes, I did hear him say that, yeah.
All right. Watch. Let me tell you something. That's so untrue. This is what I'm going on. He used to use that community center, but it's not a community center, if I say, because that is the Catholic place. That is owned by government.
Well, I'm totally out of the loop on this one. So you're on your own, brother. I don't know. This one, well, I have no idea. Yeah, you go ahead. You seem to know. Go ahead.
But I live in there, so I could tell you that. Right. So this is one. The Red Cross, they do some work on the building. All right? Because they wanted to make the building a hurricane shelter. All right? So you can't go and do anything there. You can't go and do anything there because it's not government owned. But Red Cross did spend a height of money there. What he come and do now? He put on the tiles, he paint it, and he do the downstairs. All right? Mr. Oliver Joseph, the sick. You are the one you say you had Mr. Oliver Joseph and Mr. Gregory Bowen. I didn't want to ask him that question, because I know he tried to get that
we didn't have Brother Oliver on, but he's going to be on, if not tomorrow night, on Wednesday night. But he'll be on this night.
All right. Well, I will call and ask him now because I know he's tried to get that thing done, and then he didn't successful. But because him now, that one now, the Prime Minister now, he's a really activist in the Catholic, people are immoral and them, people are them in the Catholic Church and thing will be. He get it to do. But let me tell you something about that. That the shutters in the window when Red Cross they do it, the shutters in the window they damage because 2 houses they born close to it. You understand? One Mr. Oliver Joseph and now come back and build them houses and them already again. Because he build one already and he come back and build one again. You understand? So when he's saying about this thing abandoned and thing, and that was not true. Not true. And I want to hold him accountable for all of that thing he say he go do in Belay too. You understand? Swing and all this kind of thing for children. So this thing what you saying is not true. And I tell you, when I hear you say that they go rushing to do things, yes, he do not want to bathrooms and things, but Mr. Oliver Joseph, they do a lot of houses and things in Belial. You understand? He do a lot of houses and they said there's something new. You understand? But when I hear you said they're rushing to do him to talk about in Parliament, I say, Shell, I know easy boy. I said that bad about good body joke. Like know these boys are them.
Yeah, because that's exactly what's going on. That's exactly
all right.
All right, my brother. Yeah. Thank you.
I like that song you played it. I like that song. All right, I listen in.
Okay, bro. About 3 people messaged me for that song. About 3 people messaged me for that song already. Yes, indeed. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers you can call to get on the inside. I was unaware of the whole situation surrounding the Belial Community Center. What I know is that they rushed to do some drains to be able to say, well, we're doing some drains here and we're doing some road here. And bet your bottom dollar, there's some potholes down in Granance right now. If your vehicle gone down inside it, it might land in oil because them thing deep enough to drill for oil. But believe me, they're going to fix those things starting anytime mid to later this week into next week is when they're going to try and pave those things. When all the traffic heading into and out of Granance, they're going to go and try to pave those things. It's that one by the traffic light there in Belmont, right by Pandy Gap. Yeah, don't worry. Then they're coming to fix that. They're coming and try and fix them. Yeah, they might have started over the weekend. I don't know. Right? But I know it had a big one there. I didn't check this tonight when I was passing. I didn't check and I didn't pass for the day. So I don't know if they went at that one over the weekend. But that's what they're waiting on, for the influx of people coming into the country. So when all those people that they fooling out there in the diaspora, they ain't fooling everybody, but those that they fooling out there come in. They'll say, don't see road work taking place in the country. Look, people working there. People working right now. Look the thing in there. Look the patch in there. And okay, they walk in. They walk in. Yeah, right. We have a call online. Good night.
Hello, hi. Good night, Shalon.
Hi, good night.
How's everything?
I'm good. You go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah, live. I listened part of the budget today. And I listened to the whole budget today. And the person who I really impressed me is the mother of Parliament. Yes, she was really on point.
Sister Clarice, drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, man. And yeah, one of them, they couldn't take it. They were very judgery. Call it yeah. And somebody else who I really who I'm very impressed with too is the Honorable Peter Deacon.
Yes. And he pointed out some things, because they're saying they care about agriculture, but one thing, they're not telling you that agriculture did not beat meet the production levels that they ought to have met for the year 2023. They're not telling you that they budgeted a certain amount of money and didn't spend the amount.
Exactly.
And usually under the budgeting cycle, if you don't utilize the money that you put under a budget for a particular department or ministry, you get less the following year. You don't give them more. They use what you give them, and there's no good reason for them not to use it. Why are you giving them more the following year for them to not use more? Just wait to be able to say, well, we give this amount?
Exactly. And Sister Emily Pierre, she handled education very good. She well spoke about education.
Well, education to me was everything, because she was on education, she was on youth development, she was on some happenings within that constituency in specific to the Methodist school and what's taking place. Man, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Anglican school, sorry.
They give a good account. I didn't listen. I didn't hear Sister Keith.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't hear her. But the biggest laughable is number 10.
Man.
Let's call it and say, let's go there, because you have to promote her.
No, the thing is this, my brother, let me just make a point.
Sorry for continuing, but I don't know if she realized she was housing minister. And anytime they talk about housing, is she they're attacking? I know she realized that.
But you have to be smart to realize that, and I ain't accusing nobody or nothing. That's what I
was very impressed with the budget. And something I want to say to her, Sheldon, that gone already last week Thursday, but that was very disrespectful. What the government show the honorable spaceman.
Yeah.
It should have had no parliament, you understand me? And they're talking about that, you like you have to beg them. You understand me? You understand me? Respect is respect. And even like when I hear the MP for the area talking about and even with the MP from St. David speaking about spaceman, it makes me wonder.
You see,
it makes me really wonder, Sheldon.
And let me tell you, in his presentation, Dr. Mitchell said something about spaceman. He said, had it not been for spaceman, there would be no Emmeline Pierre in Parliament sitting there today. And that's the truth. Because he was the one that identified her as somebody that you should bring into the Ministry of Youth, and she came into the Ministry of Youth, and then she ended up as the minister, the senator, minister with responsibility for youth and so on. And had it not been for her and for then Senator Ann David Antwine, there would be no Sheldon involved in all of this either.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they would drag me into the youth thing and all of that.
I don't know how it treated, but even like the Roland Bola, is spacemen are responsible in politics.
Yeah, Space did quite a lot, brother. Quite a lot. And he deserved a lot more respect than was afforded to him by this administration.
But they was totally disrespect.
Okay. All right, my brother.
Yeah.
You have a good night.
Okay, comrade.
All right. Blessings. 4407377. Watch. One thing I was happy for this morning, I was absolutely happy that Cammy wasn't in Parliament early this morning. I would not have liked Camille Teresa Scott to be in Parliament early day this morning when that back and forth between the Speaker and Mr. Peter David take place. I would not like Camille to be there. All now we'd have to go and bail Camille. We have a caller online. Good night.
Hi, Sheldon. Good evening. Good evening to you and
Doc,
all your listeners.
Doc, how are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. And at this point, I am doing even more wonderful.
Beautiful.
Sheldon, I must tell you how proud I am to be associated with a group and a team like the team of the New National Party. I was around when there were 4 pillars in Parliament, right? That was Doc. And
Doc Nimrod and Bola.
And my parliamentary representative, Dr. Modest, and Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Our late brother Nimrod.
Yes.
And Roland Bola.
Yes, there were 4 of them. And there were 4 strong pillars. But this team is an exceptional team too. And how they handle themselves is so exemplary. The poise, the dignity, the confidence. And I just want to say how proud I am that there are such wonderful examples for our young people who are pondering getting into politics as their career. It's just a pity, and it's regrettable and lamentable that we don't have the same display from the other side. It's really, really, really heartbreaking to see that. And, you know, the truth, there is always the truth, huh? No matter how you turn it inside out, upside down, but there is something called the truth. And the truth can either condemn you or it can set you free. And I am yet to hear people accuse the new National Party team of lying. And I mean lying by producing facts and saying, oh, they lied because this is what we know.
But you recognize that as well. For the entire presentation, when they said that the NNP was lying, I thought they would come and say, well, okay, the NNP said this, but this is the truth. Or the NNP said that, and that is the truth. Instead of that, they just say NNP lying and just leave it at that. When we say the line, we say Deacon say he have a cabinet conclusion and he can't show it. We say the man say he never said at all they could regularize people in 12 months. We are able to present facts, like when a certain MP said dogs and then stand up at the pan and say, I didn't say dogs, I said boys.
And there are facts to prove that it was, you know.
Well, that's 2023, everything is taped.
So I am saying that, you know, this team, you know, I can't stop saying how proud I am to be aligned with them. And another point I just want to say before I leave is Peter's and his composure and the way he handled himself. You know, Peter was literally thrown out of the NDC, right? Peter has never cried. He has never moaned. He has never groaned about it. But here we have somebody who the people can now call number 10, who decides you want to moan and groan, excuse me, and lament. And, you know, it was a voluntary move.
Well, let me say something here as you're on the line. Honorable Peter David was kicked out of the NDC in the year 2012, it was? 2012. Yeah? They had their convention. They threw him and several other people, expelled him and several other people out of the party. He did not come and join the NNP one time and take the votes of the people who voted for him under the NDC and brought them to the NNP. He didn't do that. He sat out an election. He became a member of the NNP and then he ran under the ticket of the NNP and was successful. Yeah? So he didn't take the NDC people vote and say that are going over in NNP. He waited. He gave the opportunity to the people to decide, and he is now a member of the new National Party. But you know, in all this time, between 2012 and now, I've never heard him come out and say, we was discussing that in the cabinet, and that is what happened in the cabinet, and this one did say that, and that one did say that. I've never once heard him lower himself as I saw an individual lower themselves today, because if I were a member on the side that they are right now, I don't want no electronic device around me when I'm talking with them because I'm afraid they tape me. I ain't saying anything to them that I don't want out in public because I've seen how they acting with the people they was with before. So I would not feel safe around them. I don't know, maybe they're playing a game. They maybe feel safe around them. But for me, if I was on that side and heard what I heard today and saw the display that I saw today, I wouldn't trust that individual. I don't want them around with a phone, no electrical device. I having very little to say to them outside of good morning, good evening, and goodbye. You understand? Nothing else more than that to say. Because
Sheldon,
I've never seen anything like this before.
You took all the words of my mouth, which I did not mind at all. And that's exactly what I wanted to say and how I wanted to express it. And I want to commend Peter for his confidentiality. If even he was thrown out, he did not come over with bitterness and anger and berating his former colleagues.
But there is a confidentiality clause in relation to cabinet sittings.
Well, exactly, and not
some people seem to don't care, but there is a confidentiality clause.
I must also commend him for his gentlemanliness, if there's such a word, and his just the whole the dignity with which he handled himself and came over. And I think that is a page that should be taken from his book for people who respect. You see, even if he was thrown out, his whole demeanor shows respect for them, and respect for the process, and respect for confidentiality. And I just want to say that the Bible says, like my cousin Carl Caton would say, the Ancient of Days says in the good book, a good name is better than riches.
All right.
If you have a good name, money can't buy that if you want to maintain it. Nothing should come over your good name, right? And I again, kudos to Dr. Mitchell. He set the pace, and who came behind kept that pace up and built on it, and all these were good. Everybody had their unique style, but the message was clear. There was no anger. There was no bitterness. They debated the budget. They stuck with it. And when you come with truth and people have their lies in their soul, they get upset, they get arrogant, they get disrespectful. But NNP, I am proud to be aligned with that team.
All right,
Thank
Doc.
you, Sheldon.
All right, you have a blessed one. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on the inside, folks. This Thursday, it's going to be taking place, the Sunset City Christmas Fiesta. Yeah, that's the place to be this Thursday. I'm looking for a start time 5 p.m. Yeah, so you have enough time to go there and be back home in time to listen to Talking Points. All right, so it's the Sunset City Christmas Fiesta. Who have they got? They got Tamara Songbird, Akeda Lewis, Sonika McKee, and the Caress Band. Yeah, these people could really sing. Yeah, boy. They could sing, yeah, singing opera and all kind of opera and thing. Them could sing, right? Diamond Street, Victoria, St. Mark's. Only one day I tried to sing there. Diamond Street, Victoria, St. Mark's. They've got treats to everyone for the children. They've got bouncy castle. They've got fun competitions, face painting, karaoke, and loads of giveaways. Yeah, so they've got pan music, live concert, Caress Band, because they'll play music and thing too. And they've got various local foods on sale. Bakes and fish cake, Tanya log, Manish water, wild meat, black cake, local wine, sorrel and ginger beer, punch, creme, and much more. It's hosted by the St. Mark's Parliamentary Office. Dr. Modest, good night to you. Yes, the mother of the house. And yeah, she put the house in order this morning. Yeah, mommy might have been late, but mommy put the house in order this morning. When she was finished, I was wondering if the Minister of Health might show up sometime this week when he had to go in the Senate. I wonder if he going. Yeah, I wonder if he going or not, because the Senate is this week. This week, they're going to be having the Senate sitting, so I'm wondering if the Minister of Health might show up, because after what the mother of the house did to him this morning, there he was well disciplined. Yeah, go in your room and clean up. You understand? Yeah. Take the posy and carry it out by the blogger stool. Yeah, the posy inside there, wouldn't carry it out by the blogger stool. Take it and go. Young ones wondering what a posy is. 440 and the connection between that and a blogger stool. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Good night.
Hello, good night, Shalon.
Hi, good night.
I hearing that Ken Jones getting...
Well, hold on. We don't call that name on this program. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
I hear you get this Puma passport to go with. That is true?
I wouldn't believe it.
Okay. I want to say, no, what he do for you get that? If it's all the lies,
my dear, I heard the rumor, but I ain't believe it. Now, if it's something more, I ain't believe that. I ain't believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say hi?
I had to see that to believe it. All right, my dear.
Okay, then. That's all I want to do. Okay.
Yeah, we don't bother with them. Them does bother with us. Only talking about views. Come on YouTube and watch the views. You're going to learn who have views. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. And it was interesting listening Dr. Modest today as she delved deeply into healthcare and the failures of the system. And it's not that you're trying to say that you can fix it in 18 months. You could fix healthcare totally. We're saying that you met it at a particular point when you came into office in June 2022. Yeah, you met healthcare at a particular point. It has since fallen. You're hearing the complaints from the people of Grenada. You're hearing the complaints from the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So you're hearing the complaints of the people out there. But yet still, instead of trying to fix the problem, you all are out there boasting that healthcare is better. When the reality to people who are trying to use the healthcare system, what is the reality to the people who are going up to Maribo? Something happened to them and they're going to the facility in Maribo and at times meeting a sign outside saying, well, we're only dealing with emergencies. I'm just paraphrasing. Basically that they're only dealing with emergencies. Well, you're in pain. And you're in a lot of pain due to what it is, because for people to go to the hospital generally is you're in a lot of pain. Yeah? Or you pass out or something, so they bring you to the hospital to make sure everything is okay. Right? So you head to the health facility. And when you get there, you're greeted by a sign that says, well, basically, we can't deal with you here, head downtown. Suppose that is 2 o'clock in the morning. Suppose that is 3 o'clock in the morning. And when you come and you go to the main health facility here, you're meeting a similar sign or you're being told similar. And then a person who is the minister in charge of all of this nonsense, stupidness and dotishness that going on as in management of Grenada's healthcare system, you double the man's salary. You didn't fire him, You double the man's salary. People can't get basic medication, their family getting the prescription, go in town in a pharmacy and buy it. And you double the man's salary. Some of the workers in some parts at the new facility, you're having problems with the air condition, all kind of thing there, they ain't sorting it out. You double the man's salary. Yeah? You're having situations that are affecting workers within the healthcare system. Throughout the healthcare system. Up to this day, has the minister ever met with the union? We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, caller.
Hey, good night, sir.
Thank God for talking point, boy. You're fixing the road because cricket is on the 20th, forget England coming and playing the 20th. So they fix the road to make people believe things going on.
I thought they had cricket this week.
Yeah, they have cricket. They're having cricket on the 20th. It's starting. So soon, like that Saturday.
That's next week?
So.
Well, I actually thought they had cricket during this week.
Begin road 3 months.
Okay.
So all the talking point, put in the mountain point, man. 100 station.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man. All you to do. Yeah.
All right.
Give them the blows. Give them the blows. Take it in the clothes.
4-5. Forget the cricket. Yes, there are cricket too. 4407377. Yeah, we held gone worsen. Yeah. You have listen, and they're trying a tactic, and let me publicly warn the union leaders what is taking place here. Let me take this opportunity to warn. Let me clear the phone line. Warn the union leaders what I perceive is taking place here. Talking points are said. They are attempting to destroy the unions. They act like they're friends with the unions. They're friendly and chummy with you up to the election. There's a particular union that used to have Zoom sessions in the evening, in the days before election. They had WhatsApp groups and all kind of thing. One particular union worked real hard to ensure that they got rid of the new National Party administration to bring in the NDC, who is now working hell hard to get rid of them. But let me take that call and we'll come back to that one. We've got a call online. Good night.
Everyone, good night. I ever hear the talking about free money?
Oh, the faith program.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what I need to be talking about, but they ain't saying anything.
No, because I hear me some stock mess today.
Man. Well, we have to raise the issue.
They're saying get bus and come down to listen and speak. The day we gonna listen to Michelle, we walk out on them. If we hear, I'm gonna 30% she go get behind them. But tell them we coming back far. She had to run and come back just now.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much. All right. 44073. Yes, I was telling you, they are using a tactic to destroy the unions. When the nurses had to get their $500, the minister, the government did not speak with the public workers union, who are their representatives, or the nurses representatives themselves. They didn't speak with them and say this is an intent. They did it behind the union back. Not because of, but in spite of the union. They gave the honorarium to the nurses. They've just done it again, and they've added 1,000 for the doctors. Who are the representatives of the doctors? The same unions. But what happened? The Prime Minister went around and he met with the doctors at a different facility. Laco was nowhere to be seen. But he was on island at the same time, so there was no excuse. But the Prime Minister, together with his advisor, yes, the lady with Miss Andrea St. Bernard, yes, they went around and they meet with the doctors, yeah, and the senior medical professionals. So they're giving them the 1,000, they're giving the nurses the 500. They mean those radiologists and the other people, the pharmacists and so on within the healthcare system, they don't care about all you. So all ain't getting nothing. So nurses will get the 500, doctors will get the 1,000. You all will get nothing but the 25% that they go in and tax. After Christmas, you'll get that. And the 4% increase that you're due to get as everybody else, even though their increase is over 50-something%. But you'll get your 4% increase, yeah? Nice, and you're locked into that. So you really have nothing else to get, right? So they are doing all of this. Even the honorarium that they're giving the nurses, the doctors, no union involved. The 25%, no union involved. They tell the union. The union didn't ask them and say this is something that we're negotiating for. So that didn't come as a part of negotiation. Yeah? And what they are doing is trying to get workers to the point where the workers are saying that, hey, we are getting everything we want from the government. We don't need to focus on the unions. Yeah? We don't need to focus on the unions. So the average workers would not try to participate in anything that the union's having or be part of anything that the union's having. Yeah, yes, this listener has just informed me that cricket is Thursday and Saturday this week. So Thursday this week and Saturday, I so haven't been following. So Thursday of this week and Saturday, thank you so very much, my dear. Thursday and Saturday of this week will be cricket. So cricket is this week. So expect them to be on the road fixing tomorrow kind of thing. Expect them to be fixing party afternoon. Yeah. So understand what they're doing to the unions. The same goes with what they've been doing. They've been doing things and not consulting the teachers union. They want the membership to lose faith in the leadership, but the leadership in the teachers union ain't have enough sense to realize that the government cutting the union throat. And it's the same thing that happened with the public workers union and every other union that has people working within the civil service. They are killing off the unions and the unions don't even realize that they're getting killed. That's just my view, Because I would think that he would speak to the unions. At least it looked like a win for the unions and for the government if the union is your friend. But if you're doing things so that people start to, well, what we paying union dues for? If the minister is the one that come in and do that for us and the minister in meeting with the union and all this kind of thing. Well, it's there. 440-7377. We have just a few minutes remaining. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. 440. And thank you very much for the listener who sent me that message that cricket is this Thursday and Saturday, because believe me, had it not been for you, my dear, I would not have known. We've got a caller online. Good night. Yes.
Sheldon, you think it's now calling you, boy? I can't get you. What's going on, boy?
You'll get through. And you have to make that one quick because we're running out of time. Go right ahead.
Yes, watch me. I want to compliment my parliamentary representative, Dr. Clarice Modest.
Yes, ma'am.
What a brilliant job.
Mm-hmm.
She was excellent today. Even them, Miss Emily Pierre. I want to congratulate them too. We had them on the toes. I know they're saying about the line. I say, well, say what they lie about.
Well, you know something, they were trying to throw them off, Because even while Honorable Emlyn was speaking, they were trying to.
And when we on the ball and we bowling, they are too bad. Because they're getting good ball. Short ball, bouncers, everything they're getting in one. They do evil, man. Miss Delma, never looking for Miss Delma. That's number 10. What did you try to say? Don't worry. That is good. We holding them there, Sheldon. We coming back like a voltage, you know. You come like you say, and just come back. Hold on. But about how we done. Every time Dr. Moore say something, they criticize, you know. Every time they say something, they getting on. They making nice. What they're saying, say what they say, what is lie. They can't prove what they say is lie. What they say in their lie. Only words. Document is there. Have a good night, Sheldon.
They say there are some documents to put out. Let it put out documents. The document we want to see before they put out any other document is the cabinet conclusion, start day, and then come down the road.
Sheldon, these people lying, Mr. Pedro lying, Mr. Deacon go in the lab to make lying. I heard a man say, oh, he never say go privatize workers. Man say it. In 12 months' time.
We go play it tomorrow night, man.
This will have it on my phone.
We go play. No, we go play it tomorrow. We go play it properly tomorrow night. We go play what he said then and what he said now. They could go and delete it off the internet if they want, but we have it already, so they could go ahead.
This prime minister thing is a courthouse idea, and the judge asking him a question and he telling the man to lie. This is a country running. You speaking things and you come and say you don't say it. But this man had to go. He had to go. You hear that?
Okay, brother.
All
right. 4407. What? Now I'm saying 440. Well, yeah, I could take one more. 347-329-3101. 440-7377. Those are the numbers. And folks, don't forget to Cammy had the all you have to check Cammy for the right. Don't forget the thing. Nice. Yeah, you could make it a Christmas present to somebody, right? Just now you go see we talking points, mugs, and don't worry, we go organize ourselves. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. We could take one more. We could possibly take one more caller for the night. Yeah, we could probably take one more caller for the night. All right? Nice. And I think we may have the WhatsApp, no, the thing, right? No, the thing yet, nah. Nah, stay there, you go stay with that one. Yeah, yeah. Watch how do them. Bam. Yeah, you know what they're doing? The people who just want to call and say the nastiness, they just try to call from private. So, because I said last call and they know the program is about to call, they're attempting to call private, so I just hang up. Yeah. Anybody calling this program, please know we will not answer private calls. We ain't answering it. You want to call private? We will quite graciously respect your privacy. All right? Nice. So it is 9:58. That's all the time we have for tonight. We can't even take the next one. Yes, folks. So in everything you say, everything you do, we'll do it safe and secure because we want to be speaking to and with you and not about you, folks. Just another aside, we need to confirm what we're doing in relation to the rebroadcast of all of the presentations. All right, so we have to decide if we're going to do it Thursday and Friday, which is my preference, is that we do it Thursday and Friday. So I'm hoping that we can do it Thursday night and Friday night. We would have to start a little earlier because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to take 7 hours in total. So we have to work that out between the 2 nights so we can play it at a point in time that you would be home and you would have the opportunity to listen. I know that many of you did not get the opportunity to listen to Sister Kate. She had an excellent tape presentation, but not many of you got the opportunity due to the time that she spoke. Yeah, even today, many folks did not get a chance to listen to Sister Emlyn because of the time. They were in transit at the point in time that she was speaking. They were in transit, those who going to work late in the evening and those who coming home and different things like that. So they did not get the opportunity to listen to her and Brother Peter David and Honorable Clarice Modest Cohen. So what we're going to do is we definitely will broadcast. Message me, let me know. Yeah, you all message me, let me know. Message me on the WhatsApp 4407377 and let me know how we should move forward so that we can finalize by tomorrow. When I come on, I can say that we are broadcasting this night, that night. Yeah, because it is important that you all hear. Also, the Senate will be sitting this week. So Senator Neelan Franklin and Senator Cox and Senator Katusha, they will be presenting this week. All right, so we have 3 more presentations coming up this time in the Senate this week. All right, so we're looking forward to those. We will attempt to broadcast it live when it is happening. We'll send out a notice that it is happening. I believe it's Wednesday and Thursday. We will send out notices to let you all know that it is live, and we will attempt to broadcast each of their presentations live to every one of you. So, folks, Sheldon Scott, I am out of here. Let me play my piece of song again here, all you. I going.
Something turning the people up, and it's not even your own doing. As such, it's not the people, it's not the house, it's the vibes that coming out from that speaker, the one that you love so much. Is that old speaker that causing that? That same speaker, it is a fact. They say that old speaker, it have a crack.
fear speaker, rock attack. Look, people walking out, people staying out. Throw that speaker out, make it all shit mouth. Listen to the song they singing. The word speaker, the word speaker, the word speaker ever in this house. Hey, hey, hey. 2011, you don't know. Speaker, I fix it, boy. Kalai, Wago. What about Adam? Meanwhile, Daryl and Simo. And Yellow of Club DVD. More fire. When a speaker don't have no balance, it's like a fountain bar, bridging ignorance. Take a speaker, plenty bottom, no meats and no tops. The recipe for any party to flop. You can mix it, you can fix it, you can take it to any dance. It's a nuisance, it is bad for the ambience. Is that old speaker that causing that? That same speaker, it is a fact. That old speaker, it have a crack. We say that bass speaker, rock attack. Look, people walking out, people staying out. Throw that speaker out, make it all shit mouth. Listen to the song they singing. The word speaker, the word speaker, the word speaker ever in this house. Hey, 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 hey. Who you really think you're talking to? Sit down. Hey, hey. But I don't understand you. It's fix, I fixing, and one no good, I throw it. More fire. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. You not the first DJ for sure. Who think he can boss? Cause he popular. But people angry, some hungry, plenty broke, can't find work. And that speaker adding fuel to the fire. So take a good look at that speaker, and if you find nothing wrong, it's not the speaker alone, your own conscience that gone. Is that old speaker that causing that? That same speaker, it is a fact. That old speaker, it have a crack. We say that fear speaker, rock attack. Look, people walking out, people staying out. Throw that speaker out, make it all shit mouth.